As far as I'm concerned, the field of parapsychology and the realm of the paranormal deal with just a handful of basic phenomena. One would be telepathy, which would be a kind of mind-to-mind interaction. Another would be clairvoyance, which would be the impact of some physical state of affairs on an individual's mental states. Another, it may not be different, but another might be considered precognition, which would be the influence of the apparent influence of some future state of affairs on some earlier mental state. Another would be psychokinesis, or roughly mind over matter, and finally there would be survival of bodily death.
Let's talk a little bit about your confidence as a reasonably intelligent individual in the reality of any of these categories that go beyond the senses.
I personally believe that there are some apparently paranormal phenomena that are genuinely paranormal, that can't be explained away in any sort of familiar terms that science has proposed up till now.
What are the different ways that people use to possibly explain it?
Some people think you can explain paranormal phenomena, assuming they're genuine, in more or less conventional scientific terms, by some extension of contemporary physics. Others would say that we need to revert to some radical, non-physical realm in order to explain all of them. I steer a kind of middle course there. I would say if the evidence for survival of bodily death is concerned, standard physical explanations could go out the window. But as far as ordinary ESP and psychokinesis are concerned, the picture is a little more complicated. Now let's suppose that psychokinetically we can produce things, as in poltergeist cases, in terms of somebody's anger or emotional distress. There's a psychological component to the phenomenon which I would say cannot be reduced to any sort of conventional physical explanation. But there may nevertheless be some component of the phenomenon of PK, of psychokinesis, or poltergeist phenomena, or of ESP that would involve some extension of present-day science as we know it, to account for that part of the phenomenon.
But that doesn't have to posit some existence of spirits and worlds beyond this one.
No, it doesn't. The key point, I think, is that on the kind of view that I would push for, we need to understand that human beings are, generally speaking, more remarkable creatures than we like to give them credit for, that we have within us capacity for a range of performances, psychic and non-psychic, that most people, or many people at least, aren't willing to countenance.